Colorado High School Activities Association softball is on 1010 KSIR and the Eastern Plains Sports Network this afternoon from Berthoud High School in a game that will start about 40 minutes after the regularly scheduled time. The Brush Bee Diggers face the Berthoud Spartans. I'm John Beltran with the Bee Diggers at 2-1, having not played in 8 days when they rallied from an 8-0 deficit to beat Peak to Peak, the team that eliminated them in the opening round of the state tournament last year. That was a 13-9 victory. Berthoud has played very well at 4-1 on the season. Opening pitches brought to you by Buildings by Design. First impressions, very important. Buildings by Design will make your vision a reality. Visit buildingsbydesign.com. We'll set the lineup here. And stepping in for the Bee Diggers is Avery Lefevre, the senior. The pitch from Kem Pickett. Check swing, and she took that one inside. 1 ball and no strikes. First pitch at 5:09. Yeah, we had some rain and lightning, but that has all subsided. 1-0 to Lefevre. And the offering. Swing and a miss. A rising heater up and in. Lefevre hitting .286. She'll be followed by Reese Lambert and Brisa Aguirre Garcia. The Bee Diggers with 2 returning starters from a 19-win team last year. Lefevre and Aguirre Garcia, the offering. And that is low. 2 balls and 1 strike. Starting lineup brought to you by B&B Appliance at 502 Ensign Street in Fort Morgan. We'll get 4 through 9 here momentarily. Kem Pickett, the right-hander, in the circle for Berthoud. In their maroon uniforms, the pitch. And that one's off the glove of the catcher, Griffin. Tried to ride inside, 3 balls and 1 strike. For Brush. Batting fourth is Alicia Hernandez. Brianna Ludgate hits 5th. Tegan Haluska hits 6th. Karima Castillo 7th. Michelle Headley 8th. And Molly Wolf, the Brush pitcher today, is hitting 9th. And the 3-1. That's a strike at the knees. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Lily Dodd is at first for Berthoud. Isabel Guzman at second. Molly McRae is the third baseman. Mason Premer at short. Jessa Jorison in left. Shaylee Spears in center. Willow Gray is in right. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Lefevre. Right-headed hitter for Brush. And the offering. Swing and a miss to it. Right by her down the middle, just above the knees. It's a strikeout. And 1 down here for Reese Lambert. Lambert hitting .625. Yeah, she leads the team in hitting by a large margin, hitting .381 as a team. But again, only the 4th game of the year for Brush, and this is the 6th for Berthoud. Another right-handed hitter, and Reese Lambert. Pickett to the plate. Swing and a miss. She's got a lot of heat on that one. On the inside corner, no balls and 1 strike to Lambert. Again, the Bee Diggers have not played in over a week. Or check that, actually 6 days. Let's correct that, 6 days ago. That's off the glove of Griffin. 1 ball, 1 strike. Yeah, they played 6 days ago and beat Peak to Peak 13-9. They began the season down in Greeley Central 21-2, then lost to the Academy 16-0. And we know what Berthoud has done with 4 wins in 5 games. 1 ball and 1 strike here to Reese Lambert. The pitch, swing and a miss and a riser. 16-0 over Valley, 11-0 over Stanley Lake. Lost to Roosevelt 11-1. Beat Highland, checked at Loveland 19-4, and got by Devlin 9-6. 1 ball and 2 strikes to the Bee Digger catcher. The sun is out in full force right now. The offering fouled off to the right. The game time temp in Berthoud at 76 degrees. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Just underway. The Bee Diggers in their road whites with the black pants and the white socks. 1-2 to Lambert. Pickett delivers. Swung on and grounded right back to Pickett. She'll fire to first for the out. 2 down. That'll send up Brisa Aguirre Garcia. She led the team in RBIs a year ago. And in the early going is hitting .500. And she's got 3 RBIs, second on the team to Haluska. Make it third. And the pitch. And that one sails to the backstop. 1 ball and no strikes. Our next Bee Digger game, they've got tournament play coming up this weekend. We'll be back at it a week from today in Strasburg, covering all the league games and, of course, playoffs as well for Brush. 1 ball and no strikes, 2 down and the base is empty. And the pitch, and that one bounces in there. 2-0. Alicia Hernandez is on deck. Well, Brisa knows that Pickett's got to come in with a fat one now. 2-0. Brisa waits. The pitch. Swing and a miss to it right by her. Man, she is bringing it. 2 balls and 1 strike. She's already struck out the first. Well, she struck out the first hitter, and then a bouncer back to the circle. But lots of swing and misses so far for Kem Pickett. 2-1. And the offering fouled off to the right. 2 balls and 2 strikes. And what the Bee Diggers will look to improve upon, certainly in this game, is pitching and defense. They had enough offense, obviously, in 2 of the first 3 games. 2-2 to Aguirre Garcia. Pickett ready. Delivers. That is a called strike 3 at the knees. And the Bee Diggers are retired in order in the top of the first. Let's head to the bottom of the first inning in Berthoud. The Bee Diggers do not score, and the Spartans are coming to bat. You're listening to Brush Bee Digger Softball on 1010 KSIR and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Molly Wolf will pitch to the left-handed hitting Willow Gray. In the bottom of the first inning, Bee Diggers did not score, and there's a base hit up the middle on a ball that was rolled out there by Willow Gray, and the first pitch thrown by Wolf. That'll send up Lily Dodd. The Bee Diggers defensively have taken Haluska at first. Brianna Ludgate's a second baseman. Alicia Hernandez at third. At short, it's Brisa Aguirre Garcia. Karima Castillo in left. Avery Lefevre in center. Michelle Headley in right. Reese Lambert behind the plate. That's upstairs off the glove of Lambert. And to second will be Willow Gray. Solid lineup for Berthoud. This is a right-handed hitter. The pitch. That is just outside. Batting third is Kem Pickett. Shaylee Spears is the cleanup hitter. Annabelle Hughes, the DH, at fifth, or the extra hitter. Molly McCray, the third baseman, at sixth. Lexi Griffin behind the plate, bats seventh. Jessa Jorson, eighth. And Isabel Guzman, ninth. Swing and a foul tip maybe at the plate. 2 balls and 1 strike to Lily Dodd. With a runner at second, and that is off the plate. 3-1. Berthoud is a team hitting .310. Dodd is hitting .333. And it's a 3-1. And that one bounces up there to the screen off the wild pitch. To third is Gray. And here is Kem Pickett. Pickett hitting .312, and she's driven in 6. And that one skips to the screen. Here comes the runner. Gray will score. And a second is Dodd on the wild pitch. Berthoud leads 1-0. And another runner in scoring position for the Spartans. Molly Wolf looks in. And the offering. Swung on and driven into left center field, and to her right is Lefevre, but it's going to take a hop and go up against the bottom of the fence. Rounding and scoring is Dodd. It's an RBI double for Kem Pickett. Berthoud leads 2-0 in the bottom of the first inning. Well, there's a reason the Spartans are 4-1. They've been hitting the ball really well. And here is Shaylee Spears, another right-handed hitter, batting .333 as well. Wolf to the plate. And that one sails way outside. That'll be a wild pitch, the runner to third. One ball and no strikes. Berthoud off to a 2-0 lead. Still nobody out in the bottom of the first. The infield is in. The pitch. And that is low. Took something off at 2-0. The Bee Diggers graduated 7 starters from a team that was the 2 seed last year. The pitch. Swung on and grounded up the middle for a base hit beyond the diving Aguirre Garcia. Scoring is Pickett. 3-0 Berthoud on the RBI single from Shaylee Spears. Yeah, if the infield is playing probably mid-range or back, she might have made the play, but playing in trying to cut down the run. The ball got through the infield quickly. The offering, and that one bounces. The runner going anyway. A stolen base for Shaylee Spears. The batter is Annabelle Hughes. Another .333 hitter. The pitch upstairs. 2 balls and no strikes. The inning began with a base hit, and they've just kept the rally going. And the 2-0. That is a strike on the inside corner. That's as well spotted a pitch as Molly Wolf has had. 2-1. On deck is Molly McCray. 3-0 Berthoud. Nobody out bottom 1. The offering. Swung on and tapped foul behind the plate. 2 balls and 2 strikes. 9 locations across northeast Colorado and Nebraska at Rudy's Tires means there's always a location close by. And they sponsor 10-10 preps and more weekdays. The offering. Upstairs with a rise ball. 3-2 to Annabelle Hughes. Now the sun has disappeared. It's cooling off a bit. 3-2 pitch. That's outside. It's a walk. That is the second walk of the inning. Just off the plate. And that sends up Molly McCray. McCray hitting .222. The pitch. And that one went behind her. Skips to the screen. The wild pitch puts 2 runners in scoring position. 1 ball and no strikes. Yeah, McCray gets on. I think you're going to see a visit here from Coach Odell to try to settle down Molly a little bit. The infield plays in. And the offering way outside. 19 pitches so far. 13 have been balls, and that's tough. 2-0 here. McCray awaits the pitch. Swing and a miss. She did the Bee Diggers a favor there. That was below the knees. 2-1. That would have been 3-0 there, but let's see if Molly can take advantage of that. 2 balls and 1 strike. The offering, and that one skips to the catcher, Lambert. 3-1. Yeah, there's still clouds in the area, but no threat of rain like we had well over an hour ago. And the 3-1 outside. Third walk of the inning. The bases are loaded, and I believe Coach Odell's going to pay a visit here at some point. And here he comes with the bases loaded, a 3-0 Berthoud lead. We'll take a break. Avery Lefevre will be inside the circle with nobody out of the bottom of the first inning. Berthoud 3, Brush nothing, with the bases loaded on 1010 KSIR and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. John Beltran back with you, bottom of the first inning. The bases are loaded for Berthoud. They lead Brush nothing. 3 walks and 3 base hits. That's been the offense so far. Lexi Griffin as Avery Lefevre and Molly Wolf trade positions. Lefevre inside the circle. And Griffin hitting .375. She's driven in 7. So this has been her spot so far early in the season for Berthoud. The infield is in against the right-hander, Lefevre. The pitch. Beautiful changeup. Oh, man. I would love to see that as an out pitch. That was gorgeous. No balls and 1 strike. And now the hitter's got to think about things after that one. And the offering. That's up and away with some heat. 1 ball and 1 strike. Lefevre is 2-1. The ERA is over 10. Griffin, a right-handed hitter. Spears at third. Hughes at second. McRae at first. 1 ball, 1 strike. Time is called. Yeah, Brush is looking to keep that crooked number low. And the 1-1 up and away. Ball 2, strike 1.
Hey, Phil, let's go. Come on, Lexi. 2 balls, 1 strike.
Griffin back in, 2-1. And the offering. That's upstairs with the strike to Lexi Griffin. Starting off with a changeup. 3 fastballs. Lefevre ready. The pitch on and driven in the air. Shallow right field. That's going to drop for a base hit for some reason. Griffin was full. Now she gets to second, and that'll score McRae. 6-0 Berthoud.
Come on, Goose.
Here we go, 5.
And that was just a Texas leaguer hit by Jorson. Send it into right field. Here is Kuzma. 9th. We've got Griffin at third. We've had 3 walks and an error.
Here we go.
1 ball, no strikes. Out around with Willow Gray, who got the camera started for the base hit. They lost. There we go. We should be back now. 2-0 the pitch. Swung on and lifted down the right field line. That might drop. That's going to drop inside the line for a base hit. That'll score 1. Runner around third. And it's now 8-0. 8-0 on the Texas leaguer. Hit by the number 9 hitter, Guzman. Wow. Here's Willow Gray, and that's up and away. 8-0 Berthoud. The pitch. Runner going. It's a strike to throw to second. The slide, and she's in there. It's a steal. One ball and 1 strike. Yeah, we'll recap the inning. It's been a tough one for Brush. 1-1 to Gray. Had a base hit and scored earlier in this inning. And that is a rise ball off the glove of Lambert to the backstop. And Guzman to third. 2 balls and a strike. This is the 10th hitter of the inning, and the Bay Diggers have not recorded an out. The pitch swung on and grounded to right field. That is a base hit by Gray. Guzman scores, and Berthoud in the bottom of the first inning leads 9-0. Wow. Well, the inning has gone like this, and we still have plenty to go in this inning. As Lily Dodd, who walk steps in, swung on, grounded foul down the first baseline. Gray singled, Dodd then walked. Kem Pickett with a 2-run double, making it 2-0. Shaylee Spears with an RBI single made it 3-0. A walk to Hughes. And then McCray walked. That chased Molly Wolf for Avery Lefevre. And then we had an error in right field on a fly ball, scoring 2. Jorison with an RBI single. Guzman drove in 2, and Gray just did it and swung on and fouled off to the right. So that's the update in the inning so far. No balls and 2 strikes. 6 hits for Berthoud. And the pitch, swing, and, well, the first base was occupied. That should be a strikeout. The ball goes to the screen. But it is a strikeout of Dodd for the first out of the inning. And to second off the pass ball is going to go Willow Gray. Here's Kem Pickett, who doubled her first time up. Swung on and driven down the left field line to her right, reaching out and making a beautiful catch is Castillo. Along the line, Castillo with a backhanded catch for the second out. Well, that's the defense the Bee Diggers need. An outstanding play in left field. Runner back to second, 2 down. And here is Shaylee Spears, who had an RBI single earlier in the inning. The pitch, changeup in the dirt. 1 ball and no strikes. One and 0 to Spears. And the offering, and that's down and in. 2 balls and no strikes. This is the 13th hitter of the inning for Berthoud. 9 of them have found home plate. The pitch, swung on and driven in the air to right field. Michelle Headley goes back, still going back, and it's over her head up against the bottom of the fence. That'll be a double here for Shaylee Spears, scoring Willow Gray, 10-0. Berthoud. That's the 7th hit of the inning.
Come on, girl, let's cut the clock. Let's go. Help her out.
And the second double. Annabelle Hughes walked and scored. The pitch, way outside. 1 ball and no strikes. Lefevre to the plate, swung on and grounded as short. Aguirre Garcia's got it, throws to first for the out. And the inning is finally over. For Berthoud, 10 runs on 7 hits. There was a Bee Digger error and 1 left. Let's head to the second inning. Berthoud 10, Brush nothing. I've got 10 up there. Let's see. We'll recheck the board here on 1010 KSIR and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Berthoud leads Brush 10-0 as we head to the top of the second inning. Alicia Hernandez will step in for the Bee Diggers. Yeah, that's an inning you don't want to replicate of your Brush. They just want to play 7. That's going to be tough enough to do, down 10. And only their second at bat, and Kem Pickett looked very good in the first inning. The pitch, that's right there, but a little bit below the knees. 1 ball and no strikes. Alicia hitting .500. Righty against righty. Pickett delivers. Swag and a miss. That was with some heat up and in. 1 ball and 1 strike. And if she locates there, the Bee Diggers are going to have a tough time getting a base hit. Giffen lays it down. The pitch. Swag and a miss. Yeah, Brush has got to start much earlier. Pickett is 4-1 with a 3.35 ERA. In 5 appearances, every game, she's been inside the circle. And the 1-2. And that one must have slipped out of her hand. That sailed way to the backstop. 2-2. Hernandez, Ludgate, and Haluska for Brush in the second. And Megan, check that. Kem Pickett, she's got some height to her, so that provides plenty of extension to the plate as well. You get that nice long drive to the plate. Makes it even tougher on the hitter. And the 2-2 pitch. Swung on and grounded to second. A routine play and a throw to first in time. Hernandez is retired by Guzman, 1 out. Here's Brianna Ludgate. Ludgate, another right-handed hitter for the Bee Diggers. The pitch, swing and a miss. And again, up and in. That's tough to hit. Ludgate hitting .333. And the thing with Pickett, she's getting ahead of every hitter. So she has the Bee Diggers on the defensive. And the offering, that's low. 1 ball and 1 strike. One out, bases empty, top of the second inning. Berthoud leads Brush 10-0. Pickett delivers, swung on and lifted toward shallow center field to her right and making the grab. For out number 2 is Shaylee Spears. Nice contact there by Ludgate, but Spears was right there to make the play. And here's Tegan Haluska, the lone left-handed hitter for Brush. Leads the team with a .429 average. Actually, that's second to Lambert. And she's driven in a team-leading 5 runs. 5 up, 5 down so far for the Bee Diggers. The pitch, swing and a miss. That's a late swing. Got to crank much earlier than that. No balls and 1 strike to Haluska, the Bee Digger first baseman, left-handed hitter. Pickett taking her time to the plate. Swung on and fouled to the backstop. 0-2 to Haluska. The Bee Diggers have to figure out how to neutralize this Berthoud lineup once they get back to the field. Oh, and 2. Pickett's just going to go with some hard stuff right now. No reason to even take something off this pitch. And the offering, low. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Two down and the base is empty in the top of the second. Berthoud leads Brush 10-0. And the pitch, swing and a miss. And it's a strikeout. The 3rd strikeout recorded by Kem Pickett. And for the 2nd straight inning, the Bee Diggers are retired in order. An inning and a half has been played. It's Berthoud 10, Brush nothing on 1010 KSIR and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Here we head to the bottom of the second inning. Molly McCrae will step in for Berthoud. Swung on and grounded foul up the third base side. No balls and one strike. 10-0 Berthoud. McCrae, Griffin, and Jorson. McCrae walked and scored her first time up. Lefebvre swung on. That's grounded to short. Brisa drops it, picks it up, throws to first for the out. Nice play by Brisa Aguirre Garcia. One down for Lexi Griffin. She hit that fly ball into right field. Looks like the Bay Diggers have made a positional change in right. Trying to track that number. The pitch swung on and fouled. Right off to the plate. Off the right of the plate, I should say. 0-1. Well, Lefebvre's retired 3 of the last 4 hitters. Lefebvre delivers, bounces in, and off the umpire. 1 ball, 1 strike. The Bay Diggers will be back in action. Plenty of tournament play coming up this weekend. We'll check that. Actually, it's not this weekend. That's the following weekend. They've got Weld Central. Yeah, we've got 2 games next week. Weld Central Tuesday, Strasburg away on Thursday. So I was a week ahead of the tournament play, that Rocky Ford tournament. And the offering, up and in. 2 balls and 1 strike to Lexi Griffin. 1 out. The bases are empty. Berthoud leads by 10. Only at the bottom of the second inning. We started 40 minutes late due to weather conditions. The pitch, rise ball is high. 3-1. 3 balls and 1 strike. The pitch swung on and grounded into left field for a base hit by Lexi Griffin. And that'll send up Jessa Jorson. The courtesy runners, Maddie Kuntz for Berthoud. Yeah, when you have games like this, it feels lifeless out here. Not a lot of chatter, just almost want to get this thing over when you're down by 10, as Brush is. And the offering, and that's ball inside, throw to second is going to be way late. That's a stolen base there for Kuntz. Jorson singled in a runner first time up. Yeah, that might be Ludgate and right and Headley. Now that's popped up into shallow left center field. That one might drop, and it will drop. Now it's picked up by Aguirre Garcia. Throw to third, the slide in late. And to second goes Jorson. I'm not sure that Brisa shouldn't have had that. That, I think, was the shortstop's ball, but it's going to be scored a base hit. That was still in the clay. Yeah, I think that's got to be caught by the shortstop. That was not hit that deep into center. Wolf had to run a long way. And here is Guzman. She's got an RBI single. The infield is in. Yeah, Headley's now playing at second. And the pitch swung on and lifted and caught by the shortstop, Aguirre Garcia. A little flare, 2 down. Yeah, Guzman swung at a pitcher's pitch there. That's not the pitch she wanted. Well, let's see if Brush can work out of this one. Willow Gray is not the batter. Looks like Chloe Sadar. This is the number 1 hole, but a different hitter. Gray was 2 for 2 in that spot. So Chloe Sadar stepping in from the right side. The pitch. Changeup is swung on and lifted down the left field side for a base hit. A run is in. Jorson around third. Throw to the plate up the third base side. She slides in safely. And a second is Sadar, a 2-run single. Berthoud in the bottom of the second leads 12-0. Oh, man, that is just bad luck. That was placed perfectly. It scored just a single. That was not hit hard at all. That was the same flare that the previous hitter put a bat on, but it just went right by the infielders. Here's Lily Dodd, walked and struck out with an open stance, and she takes a rise ball upstairs. 1 ball and no strikes. Looking in for the sign. Lefevre to the plate. Inside. That's a good spot. 2 balls and no strikes. Berthoud scored 10 runs in the first, so far in the second, excuse me. And the 2-0 offering upstairs. 3-0. Close the book on Molly Wolf. She faced 6 batters, allowed 3 hits, 3 walks, and that one skips by the catcher. And 6 runs all earned. It's a walk of Lily Dodd. Sadar to third. And here's more trouble with Pickett. Pickett with a 2-run double, and she popped to left center. The pitch swung on, line foul. Watch out over there. If you're the base runner, Sadar, she was almost on the line. You've got to line up in foul territory, because if that ball hits you along the line, it's going to be an out. No balls and 1 strike. Pickett with all types of explosion off that bat. Lefevre to the plate. Changeup is a strike. Perfect pitch. Lily Dodd goes to second. No balls and 2 strikes to Kem Pickett, the opposing pitcher. The pitch bounces in. Lambert blocks it. 1-2 with Shaylee Spears on deck. Yeah, Berthoud could be 6 outs away from winning this thing. The offering, and that bounces to the plate. 2-2. It's almost like Lefevre feels more comfortable with that changeup than she does with a heater. She's thrown a couple of beautiful changeups, but you can't use that pitch too often. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 on, 2 in. 12-0 Berthoud. Lefevre delivers. Swung on, grounded off the pitcher towards the second baseman Headley. She gloves, underhands to first late, and 2 runs will score as the trail runner Dodd comes around third. It'll be scored an RBI single, 14-0 Berthoud. Yeah, Dodd came around on the underhand toss to first. Nothing Headley could do. She really, once it deflected off Lefevre and ricocheted towards second, and then it slowed down the speed of the softball. That was going to make it that much easier. And Shaylee Spears has already been tough on brush. She has singled and doubled. And Spears has driven in 2 in the game. Pickett now has 3 RBIs, by the way. So 4 across in the inning. The pitch, rise ball is a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. One and 0 to Shaylee Spears. Lefevre gets the sign, the pitch, and that one is low. Another stolen base off the glove of Lambert, but Base runner was taking off anyway. 2 balls and no strikes. Lefevre has thrown 44 pitches in relief of Molly Wolf. And the offering. Rise ball is up and in. 3-0. Yeah, we might be seeing a 3 or 4 inning game. I don't think to go 7 would almost seem impossible given the fact that Pickett is pitching so well. She's retired all 6 beat diggers, and that's a strike on the outside corner, 3-1. Pickett at second with 2 down. All 4 runs scored with 2 outs in the inning. And the 3-1. Down and away, it's a walk. And Annabelle Hughes has walked and grounded out. Well, let's see. Is that another? Nope, we have another hitter coming up. Looks like Mason Premer. Yeah, Coach Kuntz, he's going to clear the bench today. He will clear the bench, and why not? With a 2-touchdown lead, only in the 2nd inning, the flex player, Premer, is now the batter. All right, so here we go. Another right-handed hitter. And this is the 9th hitter of the inning. And the pitch. Changeup is a strike on the inside corner. No balls and 1 strike to Mason Premer. Pickett at second, Spears at first. That is beautifully located. A fastball on the outside corner at the knees. It's 0-2. Lefevre ready. Lambert setting up on the corner. And the 0-2. A little bit low. Off the glove, but no advance. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Berthoud has 11 hits in the game. They've also been issued a few walks by 2 pitchers. The offering, and that one's off the glove of Lambert on a rise ball. The wild pitch places 2 runners in scoring position. And it's 2-2 to Premer. Premer with that closed stance. The pitch. Swung on and popped foul and out of play off to the right. Remains at 2-2. Covering all electric work from residential to commercial to agricultural. Better Electric. Better does matter. 970-521-1030. Better Electric. The pitch. That is a called strike 3. On the inside corner at the knees. And Berthoud is done in the bottom of the 2nd inning. However, the Spartans score 4 runs on 4 hits, no errors, and 2 left. 2 complete. Berthoud 14, Brush nothing on 1010 KSIR and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Let's head to the 3rd inning. The Bee Diggers trail the Berthoud Spartans as the looks a little bit ominous right now as the clouds are starting to roll back in. 14-0. I think all we want to do is get this game over with. 6 up and 6 down so far, faced by Kim Pickett. She's thrown just 28 pitches. Here is Castillo, followed by Headley and Molly Wolf. Yeah, it's pretty much going to be an official game here with the lead if they can get through this 3rd inning, but not yet. Not yet. The pitch. That is a ball. 1 ball and no strikes. Oh, please, nothing like no lightning here anytime soon. We don't want that. That would be a nightmare in a 14-0 game in the 3rd inning. Hitting .500 is Castillo out of the 7-hole. And the 1-0. That's same location off the glove of Griffin. 2 balls and no strikes. It's not always easy to pitch with this big of a lead. You really have to start concentrating, and Pickett does not rush herself at all. She does not rush at all. She takes a lot of time between pitches. 2-0. high with a rise ball, 3-0. Yeah, Berthoud has not been on the field a lot in this game. 3 balls and no strikes, followed by, again, Headley and Wolf. Pickett ready. Castillo will be taking on a 3-0. That's up and away. It's a 4-pitch walk, and the Bee Diggers have their first base runner of the game in Karime Castillo. Michelle Headley hitting 200. Yeah, all of a sudden, after one batter, that strike-ball ratio doesn't look great. 18 strikes for Pickett and 14 balls. So wants to separate those two numbers a little bit more favorably. And the offering. That's a strike at the knees. It's 0-1. Right down the middle, not messing around. Berthoud scored 10 runs in the first inning and 4 in the second, 14-0 in the top of the third. Pickett with a pitch, swing and a miss. Oh, man. That rise ball was belt level, and it's 0-2. That's a difficult pitch to hit with that much steam behind it. No balls and 2 strikes. At first is Castillo. And the offering, swing and a miss. Strikeout number 4. As going down is Michelle Headley. Here's Molly Wolf. Wolf hitting 143. Bee Diggers with 8 right-handed hitters and 1 lefty in Haluska. Pickett ready. And the offering. Swing and a miss. That would have been ball 1 on that rise ball. But she's got an effective rise ball. You've got to lay off it at times. If that rise ball starts off waist high, you lay off it because it's going to be above the letters. 0-1. Griffin lays down the sign, the pitch, and that one bounces to the backstop. The wild pitch will send Castillo to second. So the Bee Diggers have their first base runner, have their first runner in scoring position. But Pickett is not allowed to hit through 2 1/3 innings. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, 1 on. Top of the third, Berthoud 14, Brush nothing. And the pitch, swing and a miss on the outside corner. Nonetheless. Avery Lefevre is on deck, 1-2. Pickett's got at least 1 strikeout in each of the first 3 innings. She had 2 in the first. 1-2 to Wolf. The pitch, swing and a miss, threw it right by her. That's just too much. 2 down. That is 5 strikeouts for Kim Pickett. One of those was Lefevre. She struck out to begin the game. Got a shot to drive in a run. With Castillo at second. Pickett twirling that softball. To the plate. Swung on and fisted for a base hit into right field. Let's see if Castillo can score. She steps on third. Throw's going to be cut off. And that's the first hit for the Bee Diggers as Lefevre drives one into right. Castillo had to be held up. It got out there pretty quickly, and Willow, or the right fielder, who was great to begin the game. Still her? And yeah, they've switched players with a big lead. Reese Lambert grounded out. Bee Digger catcher at 0 for 1. But that ball was thrown in very quickly. That would have been a dead duck. The offering. Swung on and driven down the right field side and foul. No balls and one strike. Pickett trying to tie up these right-handed hitters. And I think Brush is figuring out that the way to go against Pickett's the other way because she's got a lot of velocity. And now the wind picks up a little bit. Griffin lays down the sign. 0-1, 2 on, 2 out. The offering bounces in, but right underneath the catcher. Lefevre steals, no throw. And the count is at 1-1. Pickett trying to preserve the shutout in this third inning. The Spartans lead 14-0. 10 runs in the first inning. And the pitch. Swung on and fouled straight back. Well, if you're Brush, you got to look for that rise ball. There's no doubt that Pickett's got to throw that rise ball. That's the pitch that's very difficult to hit for Brush, for any team, really, against this pitcher. Awaiting is Lambert, 1-2. Runners at second and third. Castillo at third, Lefevre at second. And the pitch. Swing and a miss and a pitch up and away. And the Bead Diggers are retired in this third inning. As Pickett strikes out 3 Bead Diggers in this frame, 6 in the game. For Brush, no runs on 1 hit, no errors and 2 left in scoring position. 2.5 complete. It's Berthoud 14, Brush nothing on 1010 KSIR and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Let's get to the bottom of the third inning. Brush trailing Berthoud 14-0. More substitutions here. Sadie Long out of the 6 hole will be the batter against Avery Lefevre, who has thrown 53 pitches, 14 runs, 11 hits, no errors for Berthoud. They've left 3 on base, no runs, a hit, an error, and 2 left on base for the Bead Diggers. The pitch, and that is off the glove of Lambert. 1 ball, no strikes. If they generate enough of a rally, Berthoud can end it in the bottom of the third, and we do have potential weather as the clouds have rolled back in. Long awaits. 1-0. Rise ball is up and in. 2 balls and no strikes. Bead Digger football team will play on Thursday night on 1010 in Fort Morgan. Bead Digger blast off at 6 o'clock, kickoff at 7 o'clock. Swung on and fouled on a pitch on the inside corner. 2 balls and 1 strike. For over 100 years, Premier Farm Credit has been providing affordable, reliable, and consistent credit. Visit premieraca.com. 2-1. This is 1010 KSIR, Brush, Fort Morgan, Weldona. And KSIR.com, all part of the Eastern Plains Sports Network. The pitch. That's a beauty. Belt high to Sadie Long. 2-2. Long digs back in. And the offering. Swing and a miss. It's a strikeout. Brianna Ludgate, by the way, is now behind the plate. So Long strikes out. Looks like Shiana Neeson. Another right-handed hitter. So Shiana Neeson will now bat for Berthoud. Yeah, these are players that don't get a lot of at-bats. 0 for 1 so far this season. The pitch. Swung on and grounded to second. And 2 are left with the underhand to first. For the out is Reese Lambert. 2 down. Now we have Matty Kuntz sitting for the left side. I'm telling you, we might have another lightning strike here at some point. It's not looking good. But Brush is down 14-0 in the bottom of the third. Lefevre with a pitch. And that is on the outside corner for a strike as Kuntz was running up to try to make contact but didn't unleash that bat. 0-1. Lefevre getting into a little bit of a rhythm now. And the offering. Swing and a miss on a pitch up and away. 0-2. To Matty Kuntz. Ludgate setting up on the corner, on the outside corner. No balls, 2 strikes. And the offering bounces away. 1-2. Well, every inning is getting better. I mean, 10 runs in the first, 4 in the second, none. And nobody on base in the bottom of the third. Have to make progress somehow. Somehow. 1-2. The pitch. Swinging a foul. Yeah, Kuntz with that running start. And you got to make sure when you take that running start, you don't step out of the box. If not, that's an automatic out. We'll do another 1-2 pitch from Lefevre to the lefty. And here it is. Swing and a miss on a pitch up and away. Lefevre registers the strikeout. It's a 1-2-3 inning. To the fourth we go. Berthoud 14, Brush nothing on the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Lily Dodd is now the new pitcher. Kem Pickett goes to first base for Berthoud. 14-0 Spartans. And the pitch. Swung on and fisted. Foul. Brisa Aguirre Garcia struck out her first time. We're at the top of the fourth inning. Under threatening skies here. We've played just over an hour. It's been a quick game. An hour and 5 minutes. The Bay Diggers have 1 hit. It came from Lefevre in the third. Dodd to the plate. Bounces in. 1 ball, 1 strike. Aguirre Garcia awaits the pitch. Swung on and popped foul, out of play. And the count is sitting at 1-2. And the offering. Swung on and lifted to left field. Should be a routine play, and the catch is made by Jorison, 1 down. Here is Alicia Hernandez, who grounded to second her first time up. The pitch. Foul, straight back. Molly McCray is now at third. No balls and 1 strike to Alicia Hernandez. And the offering. Swung on, driven in the air to left field. Routine play, and it's going to be made again by Jorison. 2 down. Bee Diggers making contact, but good defense, easy defense here by Berthoud. Here is Brianna Ludgate. She popped the centers. It was flagged down by Spears in the second. And Lily Dodd doing a good job of pitching to contact. The offering. Swung on. That's popped foul and out of play to the right. No balls and 1 strike. Berthoud with 10 runs in the opening frame and 4 more in the second. Held off the board in the third. We're in the fourth. The pitch. Rise ball is up and in. Yeah, this will be a quick post game because I'm telling you, this weather's looking threatening again. And no reason to be out here longer than we have to. The game's already out of reach. 1-1 to Ludgate. Dodd delivers. Swung on, grounded foul along the third base side towards the Berthoud dugout. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Tegan Haluska is on deck. And the pitch, and that rolls in and off the catcher's glove, 2-2. To Brianna Ludgate. Once again, we'll have 2 games coming up next week. A week from today at home against Weld Central. A week from Thursday at Strasburg. The pitch popped up along the first base side. Who's going to call for it? It'll be caught by the catcher. That was nearly an issue there, but it was caught there. And the inning is over, and that was not Griffin that time. Again, they've been switching out players. That was caught for the 3rd out of the inning. The Bay Diggers are retired in order. And that is the game, as in 3.5 innings, Berthoud wins 14-0. Post-game show is brought to you by Advanced Agri Solutions. Our post-game sponsor. Get a full plan of seed, food, and water for your field. Now is the time to begin your planning for next year's growing season. Call Dusty or Roxy, 970-571-2024. 14 runs, 11 hits, no errors, 3 left on base for Berthoud. No runs, 1 hit, 1 error, 2 left on base for Brush. The winning pitcher was Ken Pickett. Losing pitcher was Molly Wolf. Time of the game, 1 hour and 9 minutes. And really, this thing just unfolded in the first inning with 7 hits. The Bee Diggers did commit an error in that frame. And when you look at this game offensively for Berthoud, Pickett, of course, did the job also at the plate as she drove in 3. They had 2 RBIs apiece from Shaylee Spears, Isabel Guzman, and Chloe Sadar. With a victory, Berthoud moves to 5-1, and the Bee Diggers dropped to 2-2. We'll be back with you coming up once again a week from today when the Bee Diggers at 4 o'clock entertain the Weld Central Rebels. Have a great night. God bless. And the final score once again today from Berthoud in 3 1/2 innings. Berthoud 14. And the Bee Diggers nothing on 1010 KSIR, KSIR.com. All part of the Eastern Plains Sports Network.